2, 1, go!
My name is Jake Decker, and I'm here with Ben Janka, and we actually got a little bit of a surprise. If you don't know by now, Piranha Plant came to Super Smash Bros. A little bit early. He was supposed to come in February, but he ended up coming end of January.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely prepared for how much I was actually going to end up enjoying him. They did a very good job of making him a fun character with a lot of interesting mechanics that I don't think a lot of other characters have.
Yeah, he's got some super weird moves. His specials in particular, I think, like of all of his specials, I think his most basic is his recovery, which he just uses his leaves as a propeller and fly. But you can also deal some good damage with that, and it can knock people back pretty well. Like, I found myself angling it as I recovered, and if I was playing multiplayer, I could like knock a few people out of the way as I was recovering.
It's really wild how it's got very good like vertical recovery, but also if you turn it enough, it's got very strong like horizontal recovery or just horizontal movement, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. And then, but I think more interesting are his side B and down B, his side special, down special. I guess first we can talk about his side special, which to me I think is one of the weirder moves in Smash Bros. Because it deals a lot of damage.
It's just off the bat, it's really weird, like having my mind have to deal with a charge move being put on like a side special.
Yeah, that did mess with my mind as well.
I'm kind of into it. It does a lot of damage. It covers a lot of area,
and it doesn't knock anyone back. Like you can just stand there. You could be at like 300 damage or whatever, and you could just take it, stand there. Yeah. But if you're stuck from beginning to end, it'll do like 50 damage.
Yeah, it's wild how much damage it does.
Yeah, and I found, at least what I've been doing when I play Piranha Plant, is I will drop that at the edge for edge guarding. I know a lot of people don't like that, but if someone doesn't have a lot of damage and you throw it at the edge, they're going to have to go through that.
Yeah, they're going to have to either jump up high over it or take something from it by just going into it.
Yeah, and you can also use it to like cover yourself too, you know? Like you can throw it down and they could be avoiding it. You could just sprint through before they notice and go for the attack, like the short hop attack or something like that.
Oh, if you play with items on, imagine if there's like a smash ball on the ground or an assist trophy, just drop that on there and no one will want to go near it.
Yeah, speaking of which, I haven't even seen his final smash yet.
Oh, PD Piranha comes out and starts swinging his cages around from the first level of Brawl in the Subspace Emissary and then just like smacks them down.
Dang. Yeah, see, I like never play with items or final smashes, so I don't typically see those unless I have to do it.
That's right. I got you covered. I could tell you what happens. It's really cool. But yeah, it's actually really interesting too because weird things can happen with PD Piranha in that he can fall off the stage if you call him out like in the air, like over the edge.
Is that it?
He'll just straight up drop.
He just drops and that's it?
Like nothing happens. It's real wild. Happened to me a couple of times. Very embarrassing. Don't recommend it.
But then moving on to his down special, which is also pretty wild, I think, because you hide in your little pot or your pipe and you're kind of invulnerable. It seems like you can take a good amount of damage before you really get knocked out of it. And then depending on how long you hold it determines how far he'll stretch his neck.
Yeah.
And you can also angle that. So if you're like flat on the ground, you can tilt right or left. And so far I found this move super useful in catching opponents off guard, especially in multiplayer.
Because it comes out very, very quickly. And he recoiling inside of the pot or whatever, he's so small that it's real hard to pick him apart from
it almost looks like you're just laying down, you know, like holding down to lay down as you would with like King Dedede or something like that.
Yeah. It's also, I really appreciate that if you're on the ground and you use it and you commit to one side, you can't like flip the pot back. So you're stuck having to come out the one side, but...
However, one thing I found is that if you recover with it, or if you're in the middle of recovering and you use that, someone who's ledge guarding, you can rotate it 360 degrees.
Yeah.
If you need, well, not 360. I think you can do 180 degrees. I think you can drop face down. But you don't have a lot of time. Like you'll get kicked out eventually, but you can use that to angle yourself to where they're ledge guarding. Yeah. And you can just get them, and then you use your up B to recover.
And if they're quick and they're able to get back in, you end up cutting them with the leaves anyway. It's a good time.
And then the last thing is his neutral B, his neutral special, which is also pretty interesting too because you fire a spike ball up in the air, and then you can decide which way you want to go. I figured it's good for people who do that thing where they fall as far as they can and then recover up, so people can't burn them with like a short hop air attack downward or something like that. But if you do that and they go really low and you just drop that spike ball over, if you hit them, it's pretty devastating. It's a lot like Simon's Axe.
It's very, very hard. And I like how, depending on the height that it is while you're initially holding it, you'll actually throw it further or higher, like the arc will change. So there's a lot of kind of things that go into how you would use that move.
Yeah, so those are his special moves. His basic attacks seem pretty decent. They're pretty par for the course, you know? Like, they have a reasonable range. He's pretty quick for how powerful he is.
For a plant?
Yeah, in a pot.
Pot, but yeah.
And he also has those little feet.
Yeah.
When he jumps that are good, and he runs with his tongue out.
He's got a great aesthetic, which I think is definitely one of the stronger points of him as a character.
Yeah, I think they had to make him, considering how like basic he seems. Most importantly, though, with Piranha Plant is that if you swallow him as Kirby, Kirby has a little Piranha Plant.
Yeah,
and it's very adorable.
He's sticking his arms like through the mouth, and it's really good.
It's very good.
Top tier transformations for Kirby's for sure.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Those are some tips we have for Piranha Plant. If there's anything we missed or anything you can think of, let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't played him yet, give him a try. He's a good addition.
Piranha